While it's true that many people passing through Mississippi consider Corinth merely a rest stop, the city actually offers much more. It played host to several pivotal moments during the Civil War. It's home to historically inspired eateries, a charming downtown filled with unique boutiques, and other must-see landmarks. Join Vucation as we discover the best things to do in Corinth, Mississippi. Historic Coliseum Theater. The Coliseum Theater's primary objective is to introduce and excite locals and visitors to the wonders of the performing arts. With its lofty architecture and regal decor, this museum will transport guests into a world where the beauty and wonder of the arts is all around them. It's normal to get choked up before a play when you see the stunning theater for the first time. The building's construction began in 1923, and it features seating for about 1,000 people. The theater is officially recognized on the National Register of Historic Places and now serves as a cultural hub for downtown Corinth. The stage has welcomed a wide variety of talented artists, including the world-famous Washington Ballet, as well as a number of smaller groups over the years. Crossroads Museum and the historic Corinth Depot. Corinth was founded in 1854 by Houston Mitchell and Hamilton Mask, and it gained fame as the crossroads of the South due to the role its railways played in the Civil War. Corinth was a major battleground between the Union and Confederacy because of the city's central location at the crossing of two rail lines. Only a few feet away from the original lines, which are still often used by freight trains, are the Crossroads Museum and historic Corinth Depot. They both contribute to Corinth's prominence as a pivotal city during the Civil War. At this intersection, there are some fantastic photo ops to take advantage of. The museum charges $5 for adults, but doesn't charge children under 16. Slugburgers. Before you leave Corinth, you have to savor every last bite of this delectable sandwich. In Mississippi, the Slugburger is a staple every visitor should try at least once. The sandwich got its name from the 1 cent or slug price it was sold for in the days when it was invented. The popular pastry, which is prepared with ground pork, soy flour, and various spices, can be purchased at Boram's Drugstore, located in downtown Corinth Square. You can satisfy your craving for something sweet while quenching your thirst with a creamy glass of milk or malt. Additionally, artifacts from the Civil War can be found there. Dine in style at the Vicari Italian Grill. Vicari not only has a lovely environment, but also serves delicious meals that will introduce you to the magic and mystery of authentic Italian cooking. The menu is quite varied, so you can be confident they'll have something that suits your tastes. Veal piccata and chicken parm are two of their most popular entrees. You'll feel like you've been whisked away to Italy. If you're interested in sampling some fine Italian wines, check out their wine list. So lovers of Italian food won't be disappointed at the Vicari Italian Grill. Corinth Civil War Interpretive Center. This is one of the newest visitor center operated by the National Park Service, and it details the significance of Corinth to the Western theater of the Civil War. The 15,000 square foot building first opened to the public in 2004, and it houses both static and moving displays, as well as video content on the Battle of Shiloh and a documentary on the Battle of Corinth. There are interpretive displays that go into depth about the prelude to war, the events of the Battle of Shiloh, the siege, and the subsequent Battle of Corinth. One focuses on the role that African Americans played in Corinth during the Civil War. A water feature honoring 100 years of American history can be found in the large courtyard installation. The center is situated close to where Union troops constructed Battery Robinett in October 1862, where they fought fiercely to save Corinth. Corinth National Cemetery. The cemetery was established in 1866 to house the remains of Union troops who had died during the Civil War. It's likely many of the warriors laid to rest here lost their lives during the siege of Corinth or another battle nearby. By the end of the 1870s, the area had already served as the final resting place for thousands of troops. A reminder of the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought in the Civil War, it's now used as a war memorial. In 2016, a granite memorial honoring the site's historical significance was erected next to the entrance. Visit the Coca-Cola Museum in downtown Corinth. There are only about 70 privately held bottlers of Coca-Cola in the U.S., and the Corinth Coca-Cola Bottling Group is one. It started operating in 1905, and they continue to hold this achievement in the highest regard. Equally important is preserving their heritage, which is why they've established a museum to tell the narrative of their company and its long list of products. Items from the heyday of the soda fountain are here, as well as Coca-Cola memorabilia and vintage drink dispensers. Old Time Soda Company. If you want a sweet treat to improve your day after a long day of touring, the Old Time Soda Company in historic downtown has you covered. Sodas are a popular beverage around the world, but the sheer variety of options available to you at the Old Time Soda Company will be nearly too much to handle. In fact, there are over 500 different kinds to choose from, making it difficult to know where to start. You can find hard-to-track-down brands you've been wanting, as well as rare vintage sodas. You can also buy nostalgic candies here that'll transport you back to your childhood. Check out Robinett's Battery. While leading the Union Army during the Civil War, General William S. Rosecrans ordered the construction of many earthen fortifications, and one such structure was the Battery Robinett. The wedge-shaped building of the Corinth Civil War Interpretive Center is 30 yards wide and 40 yards deep. During the Battle of Corinth, which took place in October of 1862, the Battery Robinett was vital in providing Union soldiers with a strong line of defense and ultimately gave them the upper hand in the battle. The site is an excellent resource for learning about the Civil War and the instrumental role of Battery Robinett. Browse a collection of charming local stores. A variety of specialized boutiques can be found along the primary thoroughfares of the Central Business District. Rowan House, Lipchick, Taylor Wick & Co., T. Feazell, and Shirley Dogs are among the most frequently recommended businesses. There are 2 more within walking distance that are great options as well. Located in a converted Episcopal church, Sanctuary sells furniture, decorative items, and gifts. Despite the fact that it underwent substantial remodeling, the structure has a number of liturgical details that are easily recognizable. Kate & Co. at the Cottage, located right next door, is a lovely flower and gift boutique that specializes in holiday, celebration, and recreation-themed items. Visit the Bike Museum. If you're passing through Corinth on Highway 72, keep an eye out for Lake Hill Motors on a hill. It's worth a detour, even if you're not in the market for an ATV or motorcycle. Since starting his collection 30 years ago, shop owner Dwayne McElmore has acquired an impressive number of classic motorcycles, each of which has a unique history. What's more incredible is that each motorcycle starts right up and runs smoothly. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever been to Corinth? Did we miss any of your favorites? And if not, do you think you'll ever get there? Let us know in the comments section below.